What is going on, Marvel Rivalers? It is your boy Chaos Pro and Skinny Lad Chris, and we are your Marvel Rivals hosts. Today, we are going to be basically talking about the brand new skins, the art vision, the current meta, all that good stuff. But Chris, before we get started, welcome to episode 34. How was your week? How are you feeling? Are you feeling better?
34, a pretty spectacular number. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm no longer crippled for the most part. There's like residual crippling going on that I can feel, but it's mostly gone. It's out.
Okay. For those that didn't know, Chris was sick. But before we get into any of this content, this awesome, fun podcast that we do weekly, please don't forget to like and subscribe to both of us. Chris's details is below per usual. Chris, you've been uploading again a lot more often. Been loving the stuff, man. Pretty fun, pretty funny. So make sure you guys check him out over there per usual. But yeah, we are your Marvel Rivals podcast hosts. And well, let's go ahead and start it off. We're going to be talking about the skins first, and then we're going to be indulging into the art vision that just got released with some really cool little Easter eggs that we're going to be talking about. And then we will be talking, for the most part, about the current meta. Now that the game has kind of slowed down a little bit and simmered, you know, the fog has cleared. We're starting to see more of what people are playing in ranked, and we're going to be talking about that, just giving us, you know, giving you guys the essential rundown and, you know, giving a, you know, you basic normal conversation, having fun, and just kind of, you know, chit-chatting on the topics. But new skins, Chris, we got colorations to pre-existing skins, dude. What do you think?
I like it. This is okay. There's one thing I haven't seen anyone mention about the skins, and I think it's cool, but it's like not that big of a thing. Is that you can use the MVP screens for all the recolors.
I
Like the exclusive MVPs that are for the skins, you can also use with any of the recolors.
did not know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense because it's the same skin, just just a recolor. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're pretty sick. I think the
I
Psylocke one diffs all the other ones though. That one is it's pretty good.
I'm on the Bucky side, man. I think Bucky has the best one, bro. The fact that he's got that brown hair, blue jacket, looking, you know, like he's coming back from the 1700s over here with the swag, looking pretty.
I do like that one.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
I like the arm. The arm looks pretty sick on that recolor.
Yeah, but I think the biggest one that we need to talk about is the Doctor Strange skin that we just got from the Multiverse of Madness. Holy
I
dude.
still haven't gone to Endgame, but it's pretty cool.
It's so cool. I mean, everyone's just rocking it. Everyone's playing it. It's so demonic and it's so good. I'm seeing more people play Strange just because of the skin, even though he's like not the greatest right now. You know, I think he's actually in a good spot, in all honesty. I think he's fine. I think people are still trying to rock him and use him. He's not like as broken as he was, but he's still, you know, he's still like.
I think he's usable, you know. He's still
usable.
Strange. It's just sad sometimes when you're like, maybe the last patch this would have killed, or so like moments like that.
Yeah, maybe if they can tune him up a little bit more, just in between of where he was and where he's at now, they can find just if they can
nice little in between,
just a 1 damage more or something, just a little bit more, where he just makes him feel a little bit stronger or range. I think he'll be chill. I think he'll be great.
Yeah.
But dude, I love the new skin, and we also got a Penny Parker skin, and that finally we got a Penny Parker skin.
I know. I'm happy they actually got another skin for that.
Dude,
character.
and they changed the mines. They actually changed the actual mines on the ground.
Oh, they
it's super
did?
cool.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So they actually have a completely new cosmetic on the mines. It's really cool. So, with that being said, if you guys can, make sure to get those skins. I mean, they're pretty fire right now. If you guys have, you know, the colorations, I think it's like what, $6 for the coloration ones.
Yeah, I think it's like $6 or $7. I think luckily none of these skins are exclusive ones, so they're not. I don't think they're leaving anytime soon.
Yeah. And then also, speaking of exclusive, did you know or did you hear about the Marvel Unlimited exclusive Thing skin that was out for a short time?
I did not.
I got it, dude. I got a year subscription to Marvel Unlimited Comics online, and all I'm saying, dude, is I get some nice new shorts on Thing. All right.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
pretty-
remember we talked about that because it literally just changes it to like a slightly darker tint.
Yeah, there's some nice shorts.
Hey, but exclusive is exclusive. so-
Summertime coming around, I'm rocking the shorts. Dude, you know what he does need? He needs jorts. He needs some jorts.
A jort skin would be pretty. silly.
Jorts on Thing, some nice denim shorts.
Did you see
would
the
be
speedo?
sweet.
The speedo thing?
No,
They
but
released.
I don't.
They released. They released the comic where it's like Squirrel Girl, Jeff, Rocket, and the Thing, and the
He's just-
Thing in the comic has a speedo.
He's-
It's a Marvel Rivals comic.
He's just getting less and less more like. He's just showing a little bit more skin, less and less. But
showing a little bit more rock.
with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right over to the art vision. I'm actually really excited about this part because this part is actually really cool. Chris, you're actually going to be covering a lot more of this one on your end because, I mean, you caught some pretty good Easter eggs from what I see. Actually, before we start this, why don't you tell everyone what you saw in the event column?
Okay, yeah. In the, I'm pretty sure it was this week's update of the event. But on the wherever it is that you see Black Panther's part of the page, if you click on it, really, really, really tiny, you can see the names Jean Grey and Joshua Foley. Which, I mean, Jean Grey, we all know Jean Grey,
Who is she?
but who is she? I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
But Joshua Foley, I never knew who that was, at least until yesterday when I looked him up, and he's apparently called Elixir in the comics, which he's seems to one like from what I was reading, his powers are 1,000,000% is going to be a support. I think, at least in my eyes, because his abilities are like bringing people back from the dead, killing people with a singular touch, and instant full healing people when touching them. Like that's his powers. So I'm
An actual tickle monster.
yeah, he might be the tickle monster. I don't know. With his kit, it could be kind of funny.
Do you
It
think
might
that
be
those will
similar
be?
to Adam or something like that.
Do you think they'll be heroes, or do you think that they're just like, little
like Blade? Like Blade
I-
just shows up and he's
just
like
on the
"Hey."
map or something? Yeah. Do you think like maybe in the
Yeah,
season
I'm
2
not sure.
there'll be like another map, or season 2.5? Do you think there'll be another map maybe with like, I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, I mean, speculations are always up in the air, but I'm that sounds exciting. I mean,
I'm really excited about Jean Grey, but the Elixir guy I'm kind of curious about because I've
yeah.
never heard about him.
Yeah, I mean that does sound kind of cool. But in the art visions, we also got some sweet Easter eggs, dude. Who's showing a little bit of leg in there?
Colossus's shiny middle leg
He
is
put
seen
it-
sticking out
It's so funny. It's
on that
like
monitor.
it's so funny when like back in the olden days when like you wanted to hitch a ride, you either do this or you lift up the gown and you show a little leg, and everyone just pulls over. And Colossus just showing a little leg. Dude,
I know, I'm so happy.
that would be really cool if he is like an actual concept character. I mean, all of these arts in general, like the concept of like where they started from. I mean, from a lot of these pictures to where it's at now, pretty cool, man. I mean, they had some pretty interesting stuff for the most part. I mean, I have it right here. I believe right here in the thing, some of the concept art that they had. There's his leg in that picture, but I mean, some of these look like the hero selections, right? Or like the main menu.
Yeah, from like, it's interesting seeing they have like the wheels and like all the
Yeah.
crazy things they were thinking about before they decide on a finished one. But
To think that
also
this is
another weird thing is they originally were gonna have Red Hulk.
yeah,
You know that?
I did not. No,
It's-
that's cool.
In the like, there's like a lot of really small details. I'll only say like a couple of like. There's only a few ones that I think are like really stand out, like Colossus being like referenced or using reference artwork. So Colossus is like in the ideas of characters to be added.
Right.
Them showing that, I feel like, is saying that. But there's also like they're even thinking about Red Hulk. There's like a couple just like also there's like a million different things of them the currencies and stuff I think is funny, or like how you're saying the backgrounds.
Yeah. I don't know. From seeing a lot of the pictures, though, I mean, to think that this is how the game would have looked like, I want to know, would it have been as good? Would it have been taken as serious? Because, like, what we have
I know.
now, when you think about it, it's, like, polished. It looks
It's yeah,
really...
it's extremely clean.
Yeah, it's very clean and professional. I mean, this, honestly, these screens almost look like an anime fighter hero selection screen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
have you ever played the game Squirrel Girls?
Skullgirls, yeah.
Yeah, Skullgirls or Schoolgirls.
Mhm.
Skullgirls.
Skullgirl.
Yeah, Skullgirls. Yeah, the anime fighting like hero selection screen that they have is like similar to like what they had in this in its early state, and it is interesting. I mean, the fact that it would be kind of hard to navigate, but the fact that they have what we have now is it's a lot better. I don't know, the art styles though great, but I don't know if it would have worked if you think about it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because it looks interesting, but like the art, at least the art style we have like right now, and like the selection and like the hero screen is so like polished. Like you're saying, like that looks like they're taking a whole different idea of how that screen would look.
Right.
But I kind of like the one we have now, where like you hover a character and they like go boom, and they like pop out.
They do what now?
They go boom, they pop out on like the little hero screen and make like a little sound effect when you look at them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think like that Doctor Strange that we're seeing, it's like it's kind of close to what we have right now, right? But then it has like a little bit more of like a. It kind of reminds me of the old comic book Spawn, a little bit with like the art
Yeah.
style, like the oil pastel style of like painting from what it looks like. But I don't know. I think it looks cool. I think it looks great. I mean, shoot, if we get a Colossus as another tank, that would be fire, dude. I mean, the fact that we have like 3 Easter egg kind of heroes right now, I don't even know what season 3 is gonna hold. I mean,
I know there's a lot of characters in. I would say right now, actually, I think they're already starting to get to the point to where they're just throughout the maps and just showing characters. There's already like 5 or 6 characters they could just be adding at this point. Like
yeah, I mean,
there's
so they've referenced Silver
Professor
Surfer.
X?
They've
Yeah, Silver Surfer, Professor X statue.
They've referenced Silver Surfer. There's a Professor X statue. Daredevil has been referenced. Deadpool has been referenced in some of the talking. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like there's no limitation.
There's Morbius.
Yeah,
'Cause I mean,
Morbius. Yeah.
like Blade. I'm pretty sure MODOK too has also been. I
Oh.
forget who it is, but someone has a voice line where they say giant head, which I mean, who else could that
Speaking
be?
of voice lines, I think the
Yeah.
coolest Easter egg that we've had for a voice line so far is that we finally get to hear what Groot sounds like if you're playing Emma Frost and have a Groot on your team. That is the coolest.
Might I say he might say a little too much about Emma Frost.
Yeah.
He
Dude,
has a lot to say.
it is so funny to hear him actually speak. Like, that's so cool. But, okay, so with that being said, we're going to talk about the Art Vision. We're kind of like wrapping that part up. I want to just briefly just touch upon one last thing. Colossus. Obviously, he's got to be a tank. I mean, we're not going to have a Doom.
Yeah, no,
we're not going
shotties.
to. There's no way that we have a Doomfist DPS again, with a character
I mean,
that's...
we do have a Fantastic, and he's like the only pseudo like tank I think we have right now. So,
but dude, could you imagine if he was a DPS that mixed pseudo like tank? That would be cool. That would be cool. But he needs to be a tank.
I always think about how like Doomfist, in terms of like his hitbox, it was like the size of like a tank.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see in Rivals if they'll ever add like, because Emma Frost, even though she's a tank, she's pretty like
DPS
small compared. Like her hitbox is pretty small compared to the rest of the tanks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Imagine
lie.
if Colossus was just Colossus on DPS.
I'm not gonna lie. By the way, on Emma Frost, when she's in her diamond form, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's so much harder to headshot consistently. I think it's the hair. The hair just goes away.
Maybe it also might just be the fact that she just takes less damage. So maybe you're like, oh, I'm doing less.
Yeah, and just ding 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 ding. It's
Just
just a
I like the
noise.
sound it makes though. The little ding, ding,
I
ding,
do
ding,
too.
ding.
It's kind of addictive. You want to keep shooting at it just to hear it, but it's just harder to hit. It's kind of funny. But let's go ahead, hop over to the next conversation. I think this one's going to be really fun. We are going to be talking pretty much the current meta, what we're seeing. And first of all, how has your grind been so far, Chris? We've played some games together and we've actually won a good amount.
I think our win rate's actually pretty good right now together.
So you, me, Mocha, and Silver Surfer at the moment, and me and Surfer and Mocha got done playing today, and we still maintained it. But me, you, and Mocha from last season to this season, when it's us four, 80% win ratio.
Yeah.
That's
It's pretty
insane.
clean.
At the higher levels, 80%. And then me, Surfer, and Mocha at the moment, out of 21 games, 80% win ratio in the higher diamonds. And Mocha's in Grandmasters 2 right now, almost pushing Grandmasters 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we've
he's
just
close to top 500.
He's actually, we looked him up. He is rank number 7 right now in terms of Storm players. He is the number 7 ranked best Storm in the world right now. And he didn't even know. He's just been playing the character. He likes Storm. Storm and Hawkeye. He doesn't even play Hela anymore. He just plays Storm and Hawkeye.
Yeah, he is nasty on Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw today your guys' grind was going pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I was dunking on fools with Magneto and boxing people up like Fortnite on Groot. I was playing pretty fire. And then Surfer, just his rocket is something else right now. But I feel like right now we're in a good spot in terms of what we can talk about, what we know is pretty much up for sure at the moment. What isn't really like working? Who on the top of your list? Who do you think is the most outstanding current player in this current meta?
I don't. There's like a couple I have like tied. Like I think Groot is like. I guess I'll like say like one for each role. I think Groot is like by far the best tank. Like, because he didn't get changed at all. He's just still pretty dominant. And
Yeah.
then honestly, for DPS, I think the Human Torch is way too good. He is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say he's number 1 though.
Okay, there's a couple. There's like 3 right now
know what
for
I mean?
me. Yeah, there's like 3 right now that are at the top for me. It would be Iron Fist, it would be Human Torch, and it's kind of a toss-up tie right now between Emma and I want to say Magneto. I do think Groot is still up there. But I think Magneto and Emma right now are like tied for top tank. Like because I've noticed that Groot gets banned. He gets banned a lot. Magneto is
pretty
still
much every game he's banned.
I'm surprised. It's weird. Okay, Magneto is not getting banned in a lot of games, but it's very clear that he's like a necessary evil. Like you need him in your matches, right? You need him in the matches.
Yeah, I feel like it's also there's no point. He's kind of one of those characters where I feel like it's like banning Strange. Like there's not really a point in banning Mag necessarily,
Right.
unless you're like want to go like full Punisher comp or something weird where it's like Mag just full counters you.
Right.
Otherwise, I feel like he's really easy to play into.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Like no one's banning Mag, right? But then if you ban Mag, there's so many things that come to the table, right? So for instance, you ban Mag, Punisher just becomes an absolute tyrant. Star-Lord. You have characters like the support. All the supports essentially almost can run freely. I mean, supports still can run somewhat, protected, but you don't have a Magneto on your team to protect you for a lot of these things, right? A lot of your DPSs don't have a level of protection. You can't bubble Star-Lords, you can't bubble Storms, you can't bubble, your Cloak and Daggers when they're ulting. You can't do a lot of things, right? It's like you almost need him in the match right now. And like it's like he's just great. I feel like I just find myself if Groot's not banned, I play Groot. If Groot's banned, I just fall back to Magneto. I let the other guy take on Emma Frost because Emma right now, man, she is so good. And I'm surprised people aren't banning her. I don't see people banning her.
Really? I've seen a couple people ban her, but it's only if like I've noticed it's always if we're running something that's like Panther or like something kind of divey
Right.
where it's like you don't want to get grabbed or like you can't see her, so it's like
Right.
obviously you'd want to ban her if you're running something like that. But
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know. Like
I think only like maybe like 3 or 4 matches I've seen her get banned though. It's not.
I've seen her once in a while. Like today, like
No.
we had one game where she got banned, and I was like, "That's weird." Because, I mean, for me, it's like you ban. I typically what we're banning is Iron Fist or Human Torch, right?
Yeah.
Like Iron Fist right now is just at the higher levels. He just becomes so much better because the second he gets pocket healed or he's even getting healed in the big fight, he's just able to just burst down so much with his karate chops and kicks. He's
Yeah, if he
strong.
gets Snowflake or like Sue Shield, he becomes a menace.
He's really strong. I even started practicing him a little bit just because I wanted to like see what the hype is about, right?
Yeah.
Human Torch, holy man, is he hard to take out? If you ban Hela, he just becomes so good, especially in
Yeah.
dominations.
Yeah, see that I feel like a lot of the like characters this season that are good have like one really strong counter, but if you get rid of that, they become like
Yeah,
triple S tier characters. Like Human Torch is I think is like easy S character, but
right.
if you take away Hela, he's like
Unkillable.
almost unkillable with any other hero. Like
I'm gonna be honest. Even with like Hawkeye, right? Hawkeye's a one shot hero.
mhm,
I think it's really. I mean, this is just me. I think it's really hard for a Hawkeye to hit a flyer. I think it's extremely hard. Like it's a whole nother element of shooting. You're not just aiming down the straightaway of a
yeah,
crowd control. You're aiming into the air on a like movable target, and it's a lot harder to hit a headshot on a floating individual that has up, down, left, right, and back and forth. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know about other
yeah.
Hawkeyes,
It makes
but
sense though because it's a like consistency thing where it's
right,
like that's why Hela is so good against him because it's like
hit scan,
it's just hit scan. You aim at him, you kill
right.
him. But like Hawkeye, it's like
It's a little bit harder. I
pretty
mean,
much if you don't hit that shot, he won't die, kind of thing. Like
right. Yeah, the thing is so like I've been finding that Human Torch is really really strong, especially because Invisible is really good.
mhm.
Dude, okay, so here's the cool thing: 2 lords in one day. Your boy got 2 lords in one day. I got Rocket Raccooned and I got Mag. I hit both lords in the same day, and
That's insane.
I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't even really think about it with Mag. Mag just kind of came to me naturally. I went out of my way
Yeah.
for Rocket. I'm not gonna say he's meta, but I am gonna say he is solid, and I don't regret having Rockets now on my team. I will say I've been playing him in comp as my secondary like hero. Now that they've taken away his dashes, right? Like what I do now is that I conserve my dashes. I don't use 2. I just use 1 and I use it towards a wall and I start. I've really learned to wall run really, really well. Like really well. And it's a little tricky because you do got to get used to it, but I've learned to do it
Yeah.
I've been practicing it. Like
He goes so much faster on a
he
wall.
goes 50% faster on the wall. You're a harder target to kill. On top of this, here's the catch. Because he's less mobile now, I started practicing and dabbling in his DPS area. And I'm telling you, bro, I have been smoking dive heroes like Iron Fist when they come up on me, Spider-Man's, Captain America's, and you have no choice but to fight them. His DPS
Yeah.
output is easily so absolutely underrated if you can hit shots. He has like the Adam Warlock effect, right? If you can't hit your shots, don't attempt it. Don't even try it and don't play it. But because his burst heals now are actually significantly much better, where you can actually get more use out of your heals with your orbs, you have the ability to stop shooting now, or stop shooting your orbs and actually start firing. So what I do now is I heal a little bit and I get that person really comfortable in that fight. And then I just start helping on the DPS end. And I mean, I'm helping them beam with his, like, I'll tear down tanks. Like a lot of people that try to challenge like my Rocket, I'm just like, I was sitting there, and they're like, they're not expecting it. And the next thing you know, they're getting melted. And they're like, oh, we overcommitted to this fight. Like, what did I just commit to? And I've been getting more MVPs with him lately. With like, I looked at my stats. Out of about 1,100 kills, I have almost it's about 400 to 500 final hits. That's a lot, Chris.
Yeah,
that's
that is
good. 1/3 to 1/4 of my KOs are actually final hits with Rocket. On top of this, my healing average is about 16k heals per 10 minutes. My heals are a little bit on. It's about on. I think on average 2,000 less than most Rocket players' heals that are just heal bodying, where they're only just healing. Right?
Yeah.
I have 2,000 less, but I have 4,000 damage average. So like I have 4,000 damage per 10 minutes. That's insane, because where I make up for the 2,000 heals, I make up in the 4,000 damage.
Yeah. It's definitely a good trade-off.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's been working. I have like a 90% win rate right now with my Rocket with Moke, and I'll say this right now: if Mocha is telling me that my Raccoon is solid, that's how you know it's a good thing, because he's not a believer of that hero at all. He's not a believer of that character, and I think I've built some truth into it. So, but he's been fun. I've actually been having a blast playing the hero.
Yeah, that is good to hear. I've been an Iron Fist menace. I can't lie.
Really?
Yesterday, I think was one of my favorite sessions I've had in a while. I was like, I woke up, I was feeling so drowsy, and I was like, okay, it wouldn't hurt to play one comp game. And I pick Iron Fist.
Cheaper town home.
and for like, I kid you not, I start like Diamond 3, like 20. And I'm one game off of D1. And it's because I've won 8 or 9 games in a row on Iron Fist. I lost one, and then I was like, okay, I'm going back to sleep. There's no good road after this one loss, so I'm going to bed.
You learned, Chris. You finally learned the one.
I had that one loss, and I had to restrain myself from pressing that Q button, but I was like, no, it's too good.
Yeah.
I gotta stop.
That's good, man. That's good. For me, I just been running triple. About 4 people is where I push it. I won't 6-stack, but I'll push 3 as long as we have one person in each role. I've been still tanking.
6-stacking is a little much. 6-stacking is pretty,
I'm still running like tank. I'm not enjoying the tank role as of recently, but I am enjoying the win. So I've just been sucking it up and kind of playing what is necessary. I still fill. If we need a DPS, I'll do it. If we need a tank, I do it. And if we need a healer, I flex as much as I can. But I would say it's kind of most of it's tank and then a little bit of support, because I know that Mocha is going to just kind of clean up where I needs to be. But I've also been noticing there's a lot of people trying to run Hulk and Namor. What's your thoughts on the Hulk and Namor combo? Do you think it's good?
I think it's, well, I think Hulk isn't that good.
Right.
But I think Namor's always just been a broken hero. Like, I think he's just always, like, Namor, you give him an extra turret with anything, it's going to be pretty good. Just because Namor is such a good hero. I think the only downside of the team up is that in just some certain cases you need a Hulk.
Right.
But I think it's good. I think the team up isn't like, it's not like a throw team up. Like, it's definitely
right.
It could help you win the game for sure.
I've been seeing a lot of people with mixed reviews saying, "Oh, like the team up isn't that great," and then I see some people like, "This is really good." For me, I mean, in all honesty, I've been seeing a lot more people run him and Iron Man, and it can be somewhat oppressive. It's definitely annoying because there's only around, I think, 3 to 4 second downtime. If your green gamma squid survives for the majority of its life, it doesn't get tampered with or no one shoots it at all, it's a 15-second cooldown to get your next one. And it's like 12 seconds that thing is alive.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You have it almost 3 seconds down.
You just reminded me. I swear I'm blaming Rymazing for this. I swear, this season started, no one was picking Iron Man. suddenly Ryan Mason picks Iron Man for like a day or two, and now he's everywhere. I blame him. He started
Yeah,
something that I'm not a fan of. I don't know where all these Iron Mans are arising from, but it is. I think in the right hands, Iron Man,
he's
especially with
good.
the team up, is kind of nasty right now.
He's surprisingly really good now, and I like the spot
Especially
he's
if you
in.
ban like Hela. Same with like Human Torch. Like you ban
Yeah.
Hela, and Iron Man is pretty. It's a good spot.
So for me, the four top bands that I'm seeing across the board is pretty much Hulk. Sometimes, mainly
Mhm.
Groot, uh, Iron Fist, and Human Torch. Occasionally, if it's not Hulk that's banned, the fifth one. I know I said four, but the fifth one is Hela. Hela is getting still banned a lot. Hela, Iron Fist, Human Torch, and Groot. Those are the ones. The anomalies that I'm seeing for the most part though, like every once in a while you'll see like a side pick. I still see Loki picks. I
Yeah.
still see the Hulk, and sometimes Star Lord. But I think people know how to deal with Star Lord for the most part by playing Mag.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it's weird. You run Star Lord, you bubble Star Lord, right? With Mag. You
Mhm.
fight against Star Lord, you ult against Star Lord with Mag. It's like kind of a trade off. It kind of works out. So I don't know. It's been
Yeah.
pretty. It's been. I like this current meta. I've been seeing more Moon Knights being played. I've been seeing a lot more Rockets, which is really cool. Surprisingly, I'm still seeing Punisher. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Punisher's good right now. I think
I I
Punisher.
I think he's so easy to kill. Still,
He's
I
way
don't.
too easy. He gets countered way too easy by
I just
everything.
like he does good damage because he. I mean, he's always done good damage, but
But there's like,
he's just so easy to kill. Like his hitbox is like a freight train. Like when you are trying to hit him, like it's almost harder to miss him than it is to hit that guy.
he do be a bit thick. I will be honest.
Yeah.
I've always
Like
said this too. He's always been a thick for Punisher. He's always been a bit thick.
yeah, he they beefed him up for this game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see whenever if they ever bring him with the black cloak, like the rain,
Yeah.
the big black
Yeah.
rain jacket, the leather cloak.
The giant
I
black
want
leather
to see
cloak.
how much how filled he puts that thing. Like, does he just max out the arms on that thing or what?
1,000,000%. The thing's gonna be bursting.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's I am curious to see how a lot of those things are going to be coming to play. Like we see a lot. I'm seeing the occasional Punisher. I see a lot more Hawkeyes, but
Oh, actually, wait. There's an anomaly that I almost forgot about.
who?
Captain America has made
Oh yes,
a big resurgence.
yeah,
I think for the most part you do not you have to know how to play the hero. I think because he's so like
right,
either you're doing a lot or you're doing nothing kind of
right.
guy. But he is definitely really good right now. Like I've seen him absolutely carry games just because he's so not carry the games with his damage, but just like
Yeah,
it's impossible to kill.
yeah. You know what, dude? I'm, and it's funny because we're in a very CC meta. So it's like, I mean, Emma Frost right now really controls characters like Venom and Cap when they want to dive. She just gets a
Yeah.
hold of them, makes it really, really hard. You have, Iron Fist, obviously, that's just really good at just sticking to things. But the anti-meta in general, like Mr. Fantastic is really good right now. He's really good at it, at anti-meta, anti-dive. He's really good at doing that. You have the Thing. You have so many things that are trapping people into their place. So it's really interesting because I'm seeing so many people try to force dive. At the same time, there's
Mhm.
so many things that counter dive. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. It's almost like people are not backing off. I think the dive community really, really wants to enforce their will. And I think the people that don't want to dive are genuinely saying, like, we're going to stand our ground. I'm
Yeah.
serious. There is a dive community, bro.
Yeah, this is definitely a good dive season. Also, bands, like the character bands, they feel so important this season. Like last season, I think you could get away with like if you didn't ban the right things, it's like maybe not that bad. This season, if you're trying to run like a certain team comp, you have to be like, we need these characters like out.
It's
Like,
great. I feel that because honestly, it feels like you want to ban a lot,
mhm.
and it's really like, okay, so we're getting rid of this, and we're getting rid of that. This leaves the door open for this. I've been yelled at twice in the last week, and
Yeah.
this concept really makes me mad. We don't ban Emma Frost, and I get yelled at. If we're not gonna ban Emma, why aren't we playing Emma? And I'm like, I'm like, okay, my bad. Hold on, didn't realize that that's what we wanted to run. Okay, I'll do that. No biggie. Today I got yelled at. We didn't ban Groot, and
Yeah.
I'm a Groot main, so it's like that's the good thing about my group, or our group, right? If the Groot gets through, I got us covered, right? I have us covered because I diff the other
Mhm.
groups because I have a lot of experience on them. If he doesn't get through, it's fine. It's like we're in a fine spot, but there's just so much of that where it's like certain things are kind of the leaks are getting through, through the pipe, and we're trying to figure out what do we have to use to cover. I mean, I see people banning Namor, but still people will run Hulk. They'll at least try to. I see
Yeah.
people running, like Human Torch, and then it's like, oh, we didn't ban Hela, we banned Iron Fist and Groot, and they also banned Iron Fist and Groot. Now we have a Hela, and it's like,
Dude,
hold
that's what I
on.
mean. I've had so many games where like, even like games where I'm like, we'll end up winning them at the beginning of the game. We'll be like you're saying, someone will get yelled at because we didn't ban something, but we aren't playing it. Like the enemy team banned like in one of my games, Hella, and I forget. I think it was like Hella and like Loki or something, or like Invis. And then we were like, do we got any Torch players? And our team was like, no, not a single one.
Yeah,
We just only played melee characters. So I was like, I feel like if you miss a ban, it can like I was saying, make a certain character in this meta so good.
right. It is so interesting because it's like you have you know what, for this being a second season, and usually by now games with metas are hard to find. They are super hard to find, and then you just see meta slaves. And for those that don't know what a meta slave is, a meta slave is a term for people that only play meta comps in like
Mhm.
the tops, right? I love this game right now because of how much variety there is in this game. That you don't have to play the meta things in order to win. I mean, I'm still seeing Jeffs running around like
I'm
psychopaths.
seeing I'm seeing some pretty funky things right now, but I just like the fact that it's I kind of like the fact how important the bands feel, because it's like I feel like it makes it so much more fun for like being able to play a team that you actually want to play, and it's so much. It feels like you have so much more freedom to play the team.
It's also really cool because I'm seeing so many Mr. Fantastics now in our games.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot actually.
it's
It's really
so
good.
cool. It's so cool. He's good. And it's like you don't really complain about him. He's not like
Mhm.
oppressive, but he's good. And it's cool because it's like it just it brings a whole nother new element to the game where it's just like, this is a new flavor. I like this. I want to keep doing this. This is fun. Like a couple of weeks ago, almost to a month ago, we didn't even really see Groot, in a meta. And then he became great with a new patch, right? And I was like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. Groot's like in the mix now. Like, where did this guy come from, right? Like, granted, I know a lot of top players be like, he's always been meta. It's like, okay, but it takes a long time for people sometimes to catch on. It's like,
Yeah, for like the ladder ranked, it always takes a while for it to trickle down to
right.
like where everyone starts understanding how good he is.
Yeah, I mean, most people didn't even play like Namor in the beta. Now everyone has a pocket Namor, or
Yeah.
if it's some kind of pocket something. And like, it is nice to see that like a lot of characters, they are getting cool buffs, even if it's like overtuned. It's like it's
Yeah, because
manageable
there
because you
is
can
a
just
lot
ban
of
it.
people. There's a lot of characters getting like slight, like the two characters I think is the best example of like they started out as absolute bozos, but then every patch they just give them a little extra like something. Like I
Right.
think Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic are the two where it's so obvious. Like when they first got added, like especially Human Torch, people are like, this character is unplayable. Like he's
Right.
terrible.
Right.
Like I'm never playing this character. And some people thought that for Mr. Fantastic. I think except for maybe like the like eating pizza might go. I don't think there was that many people that really like wanted to play him that bad because he really wasn't that fun at the moment.
Right.
But now it's like, especially this season, those two characters are like almost better than all of the other options. Like, and it's just because each like season or half season point like patch, they're just like give them a little buff that isn't that
Mhm.
like redeeming, but once you add them all up, it's like insane how good it makes the character.
I think in general though, like I mean, the fact that we're seeing a lot of these newer, styles, like I'm seeing a lot of these things in the games, right? But it's like I
Mhm.
said, if you don't ban some, you're gonna see a lot more. It's like I see actually I see a lot of Spider-Mans. I see a lot of Caps. I see a lot of Iron Fist right now, Human Torch, Hela.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Hawkeye, Groot. I see a lot of, but you know what's even cool? Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch is seeing a lot more play in ranked.
I'll be real. I'm shocked at how many people still play for the team up itself. Like,
Yeah.
cause I'll be honest, I think in terms of like just ranked play, I thought the Strange nerfs would hit him a lot harder. But I think if you're like good at Strange and you know how to just play like your life
Right.
and like play smart, I think he's still really good. Like I think if you get like a 4-man ult, it's still gonna lead to like a team fight win kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
even if you aren't the one to be like, oh, I press E and the whole team exploded, it's like you're still gonna win the fight. Like I don't think he's like a throw pick. I really thought he was like dead, like dead, like unplayable.
Right.
But I don't think that's the case. I think he's like way more playable than I thought he's gonna be.
One other thing about this current meta is that like who do you think is like not doing good in the current? I mean, I'll name one. I think Black Panther right now,
Oh yeah, he is
he's not in a good spot.
I don't
It's weird
I
because
just
I
think
still see
like
I still see some people trying to
mhm,
use them. Some people get away with it. They do. But I noticed that like one thing I'm noticing is that one thing that we stopped doing in our matches was that we'll get a guy that's like a Lord Spider-Man or a Lord BP, and they'll be like preset on their hero, right? They're like, oh, like let's ban this so I can dive. It's like, no, we're not playing around you. It's
yeah.
we're not gonna play the bans around what you want to play, and eventually they just get off the hero anyways, and then just go something
Mhm.
more logical. I feel like Black Panther. I'm not seeing Black Panther, and I'm not seeing Magix at all.
Yeah, I haven't been seeing a ton of I feel like one thing that makes it really tough is there's a lot of really good support options for countering dive right now,
Yeah,
and the thing exists. Just like how much value you get from the thing against like Panther or Magic is insane. Like you just stay by your back line or stay by the front. Anytime you see a Panther or Magic try to dive on the sports, just shift like E to them and then you shift and it's just they die. The Panther can't use any of his abilities.
I wonder how they're gonna deal with that in the future. I mean,
I know.
if characters
I
like
think
that
it's kind of
always
interesting.
yeah, if they keep adding a lot of these non CC abilities, it's like it makes you really think about a lot. I mean, it's like how far are we really gonna go with this, and are we ever gonna nerf these? It makes you
Mhm.
really it does make you think about that perspective. But you know what I don't see a lot of now? I don't see a lot of Wolverines, and I will say with this with confidence, I still think Wolverine is good. I
Oh
think
yeah,
people
I
have
still think he's pretty good.
I
I
think
haven't
I think
sure
people
I've seen him in a couple games, but he feels a little more niche maybe.
yeah, and it's funny because you really only I think people are in the mindset like you only use him, right? You only use him when you have a group, but realistically, he does really well against all of or if not most of the tanks for the most
Mhm.
part. I think the problem with him though is that like he went from being S tier to like kind of in the middle in my opinion because I think so many people now know how to just really play around him. I mean, obviously you have your mag, you have your Invisible Woman, the standard pull and push or bubble to get people off. That's pretty straightforward. You also have Emma Frost now that can just literally choke slam him when he's getting close, and
Yeah.
just obliterate him. Right? You have what else is there? The Thing. I mean, he just kind of yanks people off. Like, it makes it so he can't even really get away.
Leap or jump away.
Yeah, it's just an interesting concept that, like, once these people start to really figure out how to counter other heroes, this game it's starting to smooth out in the sense of how people are playing. Like, people all have a concept of what to do. But it's still flavorful in the sense that there's so much variety. Like, people are, like I said, people are still trying to force dive into an anti-dive, kind of meta, and I think that's cool. I mean, it shows that the game is playable.
That is the beauty of the bans, though. That's why I always think this game is like amazing that it started out with bans, because I think once they added the Thing, and it was like, this guy, you press one button, this guy can't use any abilities, like Panther,
Right.
or like Magic. I think when you have characters like that, where it's like, he's obviously designed to just completely counter those heroes, like,
Right.
to the like ground, and I think it's good that it's like, if you want to run full dive, you just ban Thing or ban whatever and just make it so it's like actually playable. Because this season, I don't know, I just feel like you're saying, people are just forcing things into what shouldn't work, but it is working,
Right.
and I like that.
I still think that in terms of supports, we didn't really touch a whole lot upon supports, but right now, I think Luna is still really good. I think
Yeah, I feel like they didn't really change much.
Loki,
really. Even the nerfs.
Yeah, I think Loki's still really good. I think Invisible's still really good. I'm indifferent about Cloak and Dagger. I think I think Cloak and Dagger is fine. I know a lot of people say that she's not good, but I still think she's. I mean, I still see her in my matches. I don't know. I feel like the heals right now with her are pretty okay. You know,
I'm like 50-50 on Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I think it's only because her ult is I feel like it's like, if you live, your team lives. If you die in your ult, it pretty much is like an instant fight loss.
right. Yeah,
But
it's definitely
especially against like Mag.
it's definitely interesting. I mean, I don't know where they go with this direction. I mean, we'll have to see what other heroes, other heroes that are coming out, in the next season. That'll be, definitely something to take in. I think, even Captain is in a really good spot now. I think Thor needs some love. I feel like he's still not great. I don't know. That's just me.
I feel like he's just in another meta where it doesn't, like, I don't know. Thor gets done dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like,
Yeah, like
the meta doesn't favor him too much again, and the speed buff I think is good.
Yeah.
I do think it's noticeable, but it's not. I don't think it was what he needed to make him viable, like compared to all the other tanks.
He's still
If that
like
makes sense.
he is still like a vertical tank, which is nice, like on maps like, Midtown and stuff, which is cool, right?
Yeah.
And that's nice to have. He can definitely reach higher grounds and force people, because he is technically like the 1v1 champion, right? Like, as a tank, like he does.
Yeah, he has no issue with damage. I think
Yeah.
he's just so easy to. He's so easy to burst down.
Yeah. And it's the thing is, he has no cover. I think if they can figure out a way to give him a cover, like, what if they were to like make him spin his like hammer just to give him some kind of Captain America shield, some kind of style like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He needs some kind of level of protection. I feel like he's just not in a good spot. I really would like to start playing more Thor, but it's just not the right time.
It's just hard to play him into what's good right now.
Yeah, and especially because, like, with all the other things that he just kind of, he doesn't, he's an off tank.
Yeah.
So, well, Chris, do you have anything else you want to add, or anything else you want to talk about? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting tired here.
Let me think. I don't think so. I think my main highlight is just the fact that they just randomly put the names of the two heroes in like the new event.
Yeah, I mean, so I do want to touch just one more thing on the current meta. I'm liking the place that it's in. I think it's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with a lot of different heroes at the moment too. Like, you know, I'm gonna be going for my 16th Lord. I can't make up.
I can't believe that that's real.
Yeah, I've got yeah.
16 lords feels insane to me.
I genuinely enjoy exploring new heroes. Right now I have Captain America, Strange, Groot, Magneto, Storm, Black Panther, Punisher, Moon Knight, Bucky, Star Lord, Iron Man, Invisible Woman, and Rocket. I think I'm forgetting one. Oh, and Spider-Man. Yeah, 15. Yeah, 15. I don't know. I think I'm leaving one out. I'm getting to the point where I'm missing count because it's so many. But I have 3 other heroes at the moment in Captain and Centurion. I have Hela in Captain, Namor in Captain, and I'm working on Iron Fist right now. Oh, and I have Hawkeye in Captain. But I think I might work on another strategist. I think I'm a little overdue on learning some more strategists, so I might do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think this meta is currently in a good spot. I can't wait to see what's to come and what other changes.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it.
I'm having fun.
In time. I just like the variety of characters. Like I was saying, like
yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't have that much time on Iron Fist, but just being able to pick him and just like steamroll through teams is just so fun. I'm probably the most annoying person ever to fight against, but it's so fun.
Yeah, I've been whooping out. He's a good time, but all right, Chris. Well, let's go ahead and end this here. If you guys like this episode, please tell us in the comments below what is your favorite part. Who is your favorite character at the moment that you're enjoying in this current new meta? And
yeah, a lot of options.
Let us know in the comments on why we are wrong. I mean, we get you guys all the time hating and loving to tell us that we're wrong. We messed something up. Let us know. We love to read it. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe to me and Chris, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.